That's right. He-Man, Masters of the Universe, the trailer finally dropped. I did my reaction to it. What did I think? What did Steph think? That's, to me, the more important thing, because I think that, yes, you got to get the people who liked Masters of the Universe and the fans of it, but you also have to bring in interest for new people who didn't really even give a crap about it or really knew nothing about it. So very curious to hear her point of view. We're also going to share our opinion of what we thought on the Oscar nominations. Sinner's got a ton of nominations, the most ever on a single movie. And there were a ton of snubs, a ton of big snubs that we'll get into for sure. Who's the front runners now? That and more. Daisy Ridley, we know that she signed up to a big contract, and then was she getting her own movie? Probably not, but she's probably still going to be heavily involved in Star Wars, and now it looks like she's probably going to be involved in that Kinberg thing. So we'll discuss that and more on the show today with myself and last week's champion, Steph Sabra. Let's do it, everybody. Do you have any questions?
Did you shit in there?
Oh, no. What's going on, everybody? Nice to have you here. Excited to have you here. Excited to be on this show, not only talk about Masters of the Universe and the Oscars and Star Wars, but last week's Steph Sabra is here. Yeah, you won last week.
I needed it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You got a shot to do it again because Roka's at 72 right now.
Okay.
That's beatable.
And we have good stuff to talk about.
We have a lot of good stuff to talk about today. So, gonna be interesting. Right now, you're already at 8, so that's good. Before the show didn't even start yet, and we're getting to 8. So,
Okay.
Did you happen to see that? I played that little clip from Mike right there. Do you know what that's from?
No, but I love it.
You need to watch the that
Is
full
it
clip.
this week's? Is it last week's episode?
Yeah, you can watch it on the full thing is on the Clips channel.
Okay.
And so that was that moment right there. I can play it for you once again.
Did you shit in there?
So he's talking to his dog, which we were in the middle of a thing. The dog takes a shit right in the middle, right in his bed, right in the middle, and it just goes on forever. And it's one of the funniest things that's ever happened on
in his bed.
In the dog's bed.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
And it was hilarious because he's going back and forth and he's just pacing back and forth. It went on for, a good 3 minutes. The clip's 5 minutes long, and if people haven't seen it, they can go to the Clips channel. It's really wonderful. It's really wonderful.
There's his life deserves like a camera on him.
No, it's the way that he reacted to it. It was so good. I say, please go and watch that.
Please.
Well, since you asked like that.
Yes, you have to. Okay, Steph. So let's
Yes.
get to the first thing that big news here. I thought the Maul trailer was going to drop because people kept saying that the Darth Maul trailer was going to drop today. Apparently it's going to, but it just hasn't yet. It'll probably drop while we're doing this show here today. But what I did know was going to drop, because I did a little teaser for it yesterday, was the Masters of the Universe trailer. So that being said, we are going to discuss the trailer itself. So it dropped earlier today. Following yesterday's brief tease, Amazon's MGM Studios has premiered the teaser trailer for upcoming live-action Masters of the Universe feature. In the film, 10-year-old Adam Glenn crash lands on his mother's home planet, Earth, separating him from his ancestor's power sword of Grayskull. 2 decades later, he takes his sword back and bears on the mantle of He-Man as he battles for his home planet, Eternia, against the evil forces of Skeletor. Now, the footage offers a first look at Leto's Skeletor's design, along with glimpses of Eternia, Castle Grayskull, Evil Lyn, the Sorceress, and He-Man in his iconic costume. Okay. Movie comes out October 5th. We'll go into an actual breakdown of the trailer in just a moment. We'll do that too. So, as I said in the intro, Steph, I'll give my thoughts. I gave my thoughts on the trailer reaction that I did, but I think it's very important because I know you because you this animated was way past your time. At least the 2002 Cartoon Network wasn't, but the when the hype was real for He-Man, it was past your time. You never really kind of got into it. So you said, I think you said to me, I'm more interested to see what you think about it because I know it's your thing. What did you think of this trailer? Oh, really? Interesting. I was expecting that. I didn't know that you would say that.
Okay, I think I'm caught up.
Oh, almost. Wait, there you go. Gotcha.
Am I here?
All right.
Am I here? Okay.
Ish.
I actually thought it looked really fun.
Okay.
I didn't know what I was looking for. I knew that He-Man should be like really built, and I think like I was a little bit like, what's this actor's training regimen gonna be like? And I was like, okay, he looks really like he looked good. And then all the other characters, I love their character design, and it just looked really fun to me. I don't know what tonally they're supposed to be achieving, but to me, that would get me to watch it in the theater, like something fun and exciting that looks visually cool. And then I would have to see what the story is about more so.
I think that they did what was interesting enough is normally what they do is exactly what you just said. Normally for any movie of this level, what they normally do is give you a little teaser to say, look at all these big visuals. This is going to be something that you need to see in the summer. Don't worry about what this is really about. We'll show you that on the actual trailer itself. But I think they showed a lot of story inside of this. Not there's so much more to find out what it's ultimately about, but for the most part, we find out that he's been placed on Earth, and then he even asks his mom, "Why'd you send me there?" She said, "To protect you." And he goes there, finds out about the sword, takes the sword, gets to Eternia. The adventure begins. Skeletor's looking for some shit. I mean, that's the majority of what you're looking for. I liked 80% of this trailer, which is a big number for me because I was expecting to like far less. Not because of Travis Knight. I love Travis Knight. Loved what he did with Bumblebee. Loved what he did with Kubo. And I think the guy's great. Problem is the stuff that I heard someone who had seen the movie said it plays more like Love and Thunder than anything else. I didn't see it. It could be a misleading trailer. I don't know, but I didn't see Ragnarok inside of this trailer. I'm sorry. I didn't see Love and Thunder. I saw more so Ragnarok in this. Let's go to the things I didn't like first. I hate that he's on Earth. I hate it. It's unnecessary. It's pointless. You don't need to do it just to protect you. There's other places. Attorney, you can put him in other places. He's a prince. He's got to learn. Saying he doesn't discover the sword until later. You don't need to put him on Earth. It's the problem that the 87 version ran into. It's just to relate people to Earth and this. You don't need it. It's pointless. But it's like almost like a Neo thing. He's not really working at this office. I hate that he's working at an office. I hate the stupid the HR thing. It's like, oh no, you can't do that. You can't. And then the stupid thing with the sword when he's like, don't worry, it's mine. It's like, what? How much of that are we going to have in the trailer? But the stuff that they showed in Eternia and the stuff that they showed once they take it seriously with some lighthearted fun also looks promising. The world is being set up more so to say, no. Once he gets there, it's on. There's going to be lighter stuff. There's going to be other things. I still don't know why they so you probably don't even know who this character is, but Orko is a character that I don't know why they're not exploring this character. I don't know why they're not using Orko. I get it why they didn't use it in the 87 version, but now that he's on Eternia, I don't get why they're not using him. But there's I like the way this kid seems to be playing. He looks like Prince Adam. I think that when he says the thing at the end, I have the power and the crew that he's working with. I'm digging. So I think there's an opportunity for it to be decent.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, not with any expectations, but more so like it felt like I hope it's not on Earth for that long of a time, only because it minimizes his ability to like make sense of his powers, because it's
Right.
like if he goes from like an HR guy to like all of a sudden a sword wielding badass, I'm like, what training happened?
It's like Neo, right? It's like he finally. It's, I mean, look, the training in what he did. It's like he was when the story took place in the '80s version. Anyway, this is why I like the 2002. The 2002 one really dives deeper into the lore and how it happened and how thousands of years there have been people who've been carrying the sword and bringing on the legacy of He-Man, right? But in the '80s version, it was already happening. He was already He-Man. He's been working, the sorcerer and man at arms had been working with him, and they have been, he's already been doing his thing. And I don't think you needed to do the whole I'm on Earth. I needed to be protected. I don't really know what my true system is. This, that. It's unnecessary. I think it's pointless. But it didn't. When I watched the whole entire trailer, I didn't say, "Oh, this tone looks like a miss." Tone looks pretty solid for the most part. I was happy to see it. But let me ask you first of all, can you, when I play, I want to see if you hear this, because the Maul trailer did drop, by the way, it just dropped, like I said. So I want to see, because there's been problems that you haven't been able to hear the trailer lately. So I'm going to bring that up. Tell me this. I know this is the Masters of the Universe thing, but tell me if you're able to hear this. And if you are, then we'll react to the Maul trailer. If not, then it's unnecessary.
All that stuff that only exists in legends.
I can hear
You
that.
can hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
But for some reason it's kind of
Bedtime
moving
stories.
slower. So I wonder if it's,
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because if I do this, see if this helps.
Talking tigers,
It's still moving slower, huh?
spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as
Kind of. But all right, let's see where, let's start. Let's just kind of do a little bit of breakdown here. So even the voiceover up top, I like, and I love how Eternia looks. I mean, I love it. It looks
Yeah.
really solid on how they're breaking down Eternia, and you see that right, and then you've got that's the sorceress right there as she's flying through.
Okay.
And you get to Castle Grayskull. Castle Grayskull looks amazing.
Yeah. that was
Solid.
cool.
Doesn't look goofy. And then like I love the way that looks. Like that's Eternia. And we haven't seen Eternia in live action really, except like in the 1987 version. And Steph, before this movie comes out in the theater in June, maybe me and you watch the 87 version.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So before you watch that. So, and then again, this is all, then the sword looks good. The sword looks great. It looks very accurate to what the actual sword looked like. And then you get the kingdom. This is where his dad and mom are running the whole kingdom. And I love the fact that they said, because his mom is from Earth, they're sticking to that. They're not changing the lore. But He-Man was never sent to Earth. And this kid looks great too as Adam. This is him. Like they're probably going to open up, which is why I'm less skeptical about it. This will probably be like, this kid will probably be the opening scene, right? It'll probably be whatever it might have been that put him at risk. We're going to see that and why he needed to go to Earth.
Yep.
All right. So then you see him there and he wonders why he has to leave. Kind of looks like Anakin there for a second. I thought that same hairdo.
Yeah, that hairdo's in.
It's in. So, and here's Earth. He's clearly, now who's he living with? Is he staying with? I have no idea, but you got it. This is where you jump right into it. And every single time I see Eternia, I'm like, this looks solid. Like shit's going down. Okay. So yeah. So it looks like this is exactly what happened. Whatever it was, Marlena says, time for me to send this kid out of here. There's a big war. Skeletor's coming through. I got to protect my son. So I'm going to send you to Earth, which I guess is fine. But then you get into the goofiness. Adam Glenn. I mean, him for He-Man. I mean, necessary? Not really. And then he's bored. He hears the conversation he has at HR. I hate this scene. How can have you seen this sword? And then the stupid text, I found your sword. Stick it in your ass. Leave me alone with this. I found your sword nonsense. It's like, look, you could have taken this seriously. He's on Earth. fine, and shit really goes down. But they play into this comedy side of it, and it'll probably go for a while. I like that he's wearing the pink. That's what Adam did. Adam wore the pink, and he finds the sword. And I wonder what the history is behind this. But then he touches the sword, and here's the goofy moment. He makes a stupid noise. She goes, "You can't do that." He goes, "Don't worry, it's mine." Moving on, please. And then we get right into back to the cool shit.
Yep.
And like all this stuff is great. Like, look, there's Tila. Okay, and Tila, it looks like Tila's going to be the one, I guess, that goes and finds him in Earth and gets him out of this stupid comedy stuff. And then it brings him, he's excited, we get to Eternia, and it goes down. I love this. This is a great shot, too. You got Man at Arms, and I think, who is this? Who's doing the voice? Is it Kristen Wiig? Who's doing the voice of the robot? I can't remember. I think so.
Is the robot a girl character?
I think so. Don't quote me on it. It's not a character that I'm familiar with. I think it's ultimately taking the place of Orko. But Cringer looks cool. Cringer's the tiger. And then you get that, yeah. Like this kid looks great as Adam. Looks great. And you get that shot of them, yeah. And then they combine the stuff that I was always curious about, how you should have the science fiction meets the fantasy side of it, and that's exactly what this is. You get all these kind of statues and Skeletor doing his thing, attacking. Adam kind of coming into his own with hanging out with his crew. I mean, yeah, and Skeletor looks great too. Skeletor looks good. I think was that Beastman? I hope not, because Beastman didn't look very accurate. But all this stuff, like, I don't really have a lot of criticisms when it comes to the Eternia stuff. There's Beastman. That looks like Beastman. I would assume so. Hold on. Yeah, I mean,
that was on Earth.
Oh, yeah, and he's on Earth. So that's probably what happens. They probably finally find Adam. Predictable shit. They find him, and then Tila has to go in and get him out of there but that was Tila. I mean, not Tila. That was Evil Lynn, which is what's her face from Alison Brie, right?
Yeah. Yep. And it is Kristen Wiig as
it is, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that up. So let's see. I want to see if we can see Alison Brie. Yeah, there she is. Okay. She looks good as Evil Lynn. She looks good.
Yep.
So I mean, and we haven't seen him as Battle Cat, though. We just saw him as Cringer, and then you're just waiting for the swirl. He's waiting for I have the power. There it is. Great moment. And he doesn't look significantly bigger, though, as He-Man as he does as Adam. He looks the same,
right.
Which is not, maybe you just keep the pink shirt on him, but he doesn't look as, I mean, He-Man was like Arnold Schwarzenegger 1982 big.
Right, but how do you achieve that with like
I don't know.
99?
I think it's going to be less important. I don't really think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, as long as he looks fit, I think it will be good.
I agree. But I'm telling you, Steph, every single time I see the Eternia stuff, I'm like, I can't, like, that looks great.
Yeah, I'm happy for Jared Leto that he caught a break on the initial thoughts.
Yeah, right. But I'm just telling you, like, look, like, that's a great shot.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. And then you get the battle between He-Man and Skeletor right there. That'll probably be towards the end of it. I'm tired. Like I said, 70, maybe even 75%. Really, really like. Sorry, hold on. Really, really like overall what they're doing there.
Yeah, it looks really fun.
Right? I think Skeletor looked really good. And as I was saying, I'm still, because my number 10 most anticipated movie still, because of my history that's involved with it. I have a history with that project. Something I always wanted to do. It's something that I almost got made while I was at Silver Pictures. I had a lot of ups and downs with that thing. But what I'm happy that didn't happen. I'll take that 30% of the nonsense Earth stuff with the bad jokes over the other scripts that I had read and versions of this thing that were supposed to happen. because what Travis Knight did amazing in Bumblebee was when he put this stuff on Cybertron. I saw that movie, Bumblebee, with Ellis because we were so just exhausted with all the Bay Transformers. He had just murdered what Transformers really could have been. And so when Ellis and I went and saw Bumblebee and they opened up with Cybertron the way that they did, we both looked at each other and went, where's this been? Like, this is it. This guy gets it. He understands that feel. And I feel the same thing when I look at Eternia in this trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it looks really good.
Yeah. So I'm more optimistic now, but like I said, I have someone who had saw the movie and places it more in the Love and Thunder camp than Ragnarok, which makes me nervous because I trust this person's opinion, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope they're wrong.
And they saw the whole movie, not just
They saw the whole movie. There were still like special effects and things that weren't done yet, but for the most part, the tone is still in place. So I wonder if they held back in the trailer of showing all the comedy, because the only comedy you see in this trailer is when he's on Earth. You don't see any comedy when he's in Eternia, which is smart to do in the trailer, but hopefully they stuck that. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do you guys think? Did you like the trailer? Did you not like the trailer? Were you skeptical? Are you optimistic now? Were you optimistic? Are you skeptical now? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right. We're going to get to some other stuff. We're probably going to try to react to this Maul trailer when we get back. We'll see if it works out. If it doesn't work, I'll just do it on my own. But before I do that, I got to tell you about two of our wonderful sponsors. I'm going to tell you about Prize Picks. I'm going to tell you about Lisa. Let's get to it. Definitely the time for Prize Picks. Big game's almost here. No better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks. It always feels good to be right. And since the big game's right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before the next season. So close out right with Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. So it's pretty simple, is why I like it. I've been telling you about Prize Picks, and it's available. You download the app, you've been playing it. Look, check out where it's available. I've been playing it, so I've told you this beforehand. I had a friend didn't even know what a first down was, started playing on Prize Picks. Now, every Sunday, talking about the lineup, and now, especially with the big game coming up, getting really pumped. It's exciting, gets everybody amped up every time you watch the game. So the favorite thing for me about Prize Picks is you can pick multiple sports in the same lineup. With basketball back, you can put LeBron and Patrick Mahomes in the same lineup and root for both. I love that you can find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. You copy lineups you like or use them as an inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. So a lot of fantasy leagues are already over, but with Prize Picks, you don't have to wait until next year's draft to keep playing fantasy. Prize Picks lets you play fantasy football every week, even in the playoffs. You pick your favorite players and win when they hit their projections every week. There's no draft required. You join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 sports picks app. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use that code Kristian. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Use that code Kristian. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have a really good mattress to change your night's sleep. And I realized this when I got my daughter a Lisa, and it's got a soft upscale feel. She looks forward now going to sleep because of this mattress. Lisa has a lineup of beautifully crafted mattresses tailored to how you sleep. Now, each mattress is designed with specific sleep positions and feel preferences in mind. Lisa mattresses are meticulously designed and assembled in the USA for exceptional quality. Plus, they back it all up with free shipping, easy returns, and a 120-night sleep trial. Lisa's been tested and awarded Best Hybrid Mattress by New York Times Wirecutter and is exclusively featured by West Elm as their go-to mattress partner. It's not just about sleep, it's about impact. They donate thousands of mattresses each year to those in need while also partnering with organizations like Clean Hub to help remove harmful plastic waste from our oceans. It's a game changer. My daughter, who doesn't really pay much attention to anything except their phone and iPad right now, was like, guys, this mattress is pretty great. You want it to be great? Go to Leesa, Leesa.com for 25% off. Plus, you're getting an extra $50 off with that promo code Kristian, exclusive for my listeners. That is LEESA.com. You got to use that promo code Kristian for 25% off mattresses, plus an extra $50 off. Support the show and let them know that we sent you after checkout. That is also very important. Lisa.com, promo code Kristian. Thank you to Lisa, and thank you to our good friends over at Prize Picks. I hope that you guys are helping yourselves out by getting some great stuff that we're offering. Go and check it out, please, and thank you. All right, Steph, so Luke sent me the video for the Maul. So let me see if I can.
Oh, that's nice. Go Luke.
So let's see if this works. I'm going to try. We shall see. We shall see.
Okay.
All right. That's pretty good, right?
Yep.
And you
really
can hear
good.
it? Look at that.
Yep.
Luke's got skills. Man, skills.
Okay, wait, it just went black for me.
I know.
Okay.
I did that. That was
okay. I was like, everything was looking really good.
No, that was on purpose. Okay, so let's watch the Darth Maul trailer for Steph and I. And then we'll get to it, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Here's the Darth Maul trailer. Go.
Times have changed.
That animation, holy shit.
Hey.
I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is.
Yeah.
See things from a new perspective.
The animation is great.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.
I invite you to look more closely.
What are we dealing with?
Good question.
Okay, so where this is like after.
And I offer you an opportunity.
Okay, so where is this? What time period is this? Damn, we're going dark.
Maul.
We have all been made to suffer. We survive, but do not live.
Who is that?
The Emperor wants you dead. Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
And empires can be shattered.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on. All right, Steph. So there is the Darth Maul Shadow Lord trailer. What did you think?
I thought that looked really good. That kind of, I was excited. I'm a huge fan of Sam, where I think his voice is insane. So when they open up with him, it like just sets this tone perfectly. But I was really impressed visually what it looked like. I liked how dark it got. It feels like
dark,
tonally, honestly, right now, it's like I feel like I have a different view of, well, Darth Maul's always been great because he has so much complexity to his character. And it's like he doesn't really fit in anywhere. I kind of feel like now is such a great time to tell a story like that, where it's like two opposing sides of power are just like failing a lot of people. And then like, where do someone like him end up? I'm excited for it. I thought it looked really good. I like the writing in it too.
I think what you did, what I agree with 100%. What I've been saying is, I root for this because I feel like Sam Witwer understands Star Wars even more than some of the creative heads over at Lucasfilm, and he understands, like, he's had to correct people while he was working, to say no, actually you can't do that because of this. And people of super higher level that you figure would know this stuff, he's been the guy to correct them. former Schmodown Star Wars champion. And I root for him because he's passionate about this character. It looks dark. I like that. I like that you're not going on a lighter thing with him. You can't, especially during the Empire stuff, because he's on the run. We know what happens when it ultimately leads to the Rebels side of this and how he ultimately meets his fate. So what's happening in the interim is interesting in how they're doing it. What I also will say was the animation looks significantly advanced to the other stuff, because I was like, oh, we're just gonna see the same type of animation we've been seeing forever. This other stuff. It looks like it's improved. That's the stuff I like. I just don't care about this anymore, about this time period. I'm like, I know how he dies. I know what the Empire is gonna happen. I don't care. It's like, why are we telling? That's what you have the comic books for. I have no interest in it. I'm like, I'm not excited by it. I'm rooting for it because of Whitwer. If Whitwer wasn't involved and they were doing the Maul thing again, and it's like, why? You got everybody excited in the way that you brought him back, and you did it in a way that made sense. But now it's like it's the same time period again, in between the Empire and this. It's like, I'm bored. I'm just bored. But it could be one of those things in the same way, like remember, and I'm the first to, Andor to me is the best stuff that they've written wise since Empire Strikes Back. And I was opposed to the show. So they said, who cares about Andor? Like, the guy was barely even a flushed out character in Rogue One. What are they giving him a series for? It's like, let's focus on Obi-Wan. And then Obi-Wan comes out and does what Mike's dog did in the bed. And then they get to Andor, and I'm like, holy shit, I wish there was 5 seasons of Andor. So maybe this is the same thing. Maybe it's written so well and it's inside of a time period that I'm so exhausted with, but it's just put together really well and you are invested, that I'm like, well, I was wrong. This is probably the best animated show they have so far, but I don't care right now, and maybe I will down the line.
Yeah, I think I'm at a place where I'm definitely going to check it out based on the trailer and liking Sam Witwer, and still being a very big fan of Star Wars animation in general. So I'm going to definitely check it out, but I agree and I think most Star Wars fans agree that we're kind of thirsting for a new era and kind of seeing what's the future of Star Wars, because it feels like they've made, the same bed over and over again, and we know that era.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's just the same stories. It's the same time period. It's the same characters. It's like, I get it. Maul and Whitwer, they're popular. And Filoni's like, we got to do a series now. No, you don't. You don't. You know what you should do? You should put Sam Witwer in a live action Star Wars movie. Bring in Starkiller. Let's do it. Let's find a way to do it. Bring in Witwer. He's a great actor. Get him out of that voiceover. What are you afraid of? Put him in. He's great. Give him a live action role. The fact that he hasn't had a live action role is crazy.
It's weird. Yeah,
Crazy.
It's weird. Like every other major studio, they'll reuse kind of like the best of the best for different characters.
Reuse, they haven't used them once.
Just VO, yeah.
They've never used him once. It's like, I get it. There are some people who are just voiceover actors. He's not. He's a really good actor, and his likeness is Starkiller. I mean, he is. You don't have to use Starkiller. I think they would be interesting if they actually made that work. But out of all the other stuff that they did, that they maneuvered, like Reva and all this, like these characters that no one really cared about, that there's a connection to what Starkiller did. Find a way to make that work in the way that you brought back Maul, that he got cut in half, and you're like, how did he survive? And then they explained, you're like, okay, so explain that with Starkiller. Bring him in.
Yeah. Or just like move on, move into a whole new character space and then bring him in as something new.
Or put him in the Kinberg thing.
Right.
Put him in the Kinberg thing. If that's the case, then move on from this, and How many seasons are we doing of this? Is it just?
I
is
hope
it a-
it's one.
Me too. Limited series. I don't
If
need.
it's like a limited series and it's like kind of explores a side that we haven't seen before and gets more in depth in a beloved character,
Right.
that's cool to me. And I would definitely watch that. But if it's like exploring the same time era for 4 seasons, that's a big, like that's a lot of climbing they're gonna have to do to make that
Totally.
worth it.
And so that's why. But like I said, I think this is the first one. Also, that another reason I root for it is because I'm pretty sure that Whitwer is he's a producer on this one. So
Oh, that's cool.
So of course he wants 4 seasons. Monetarily, that works for him, and I hope on that aspect that happens. But
For sure.
as someone
For
on
sure.
the business side, but as far as someone unless you really get me involved, a connection to where I'm really going to care about seeing more, one and done, and then let's put this guy in some live action stuff.
Yeah, or in the least, they should make him a major video game character. Like, it's just like a
But
waste of
they
like
did that though. They did that.
yeah,
The
yeah,
Starkiller.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
true. I know, but just like I could see him being like a full-on Jedi in his own game, but I
Yeah.
think that he has so much range that they're just I would
Yeah.
be excited for him to be used more in live action.
I'm confused. Someone wrote for the He-Man thing. Queen Marlene is from Earth. Yeah, I know. For the main connection to the movie, I'm confused. Yeah, I know she's from Earth. And he said she was the one who crashed there, and then he says in the thing, "You sent me to your home thing." I don't understand what the comment was. Sorry. Anyway, so when it comes to this one, we'll see what happens. What do you guys think? Do you want to see this series? Are you rooting for it? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Okay. So let's stick with Star Wars because look, this is a rumor, potential spoiler, I guess, about Rey, but I think everybody kind of knew this anyway. And that is there's in Kinberg's new movie, someone will have a huge role, but it won't be the lead. This is pretty much everything we've been talking about. Where the hell's my glasses, Steph? What'd you do with them?
I'm sorry. I needed them.
I found them. Okay. So Star Wars rumor, Rey will have a big role, yada, yada, yada. According to a new Star Wars rumor, a familiar face from the franchise's past will have a big role in Kinberg's planned trilogy, but not as the movie's lead character. The Star Wars franchise finally returns to a big screen in 2026 with The Mandalorian and Grogu. Beyond that, we know Lucasfilm plans to explore what happened after Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, starting with Sean Levy's Star Wars Starfighter. The High Republic books and comics didn't strike a chord with fans. Should have done Republic. And The Acolyte was canceled after one season on Disney Plus. Should have done the Old Republic. There's only so much storytelling potential in exploring the gaps between each previous movie. So a post-episode 9 setting does create something of a blank slate for filmmakers. Positive updates have been few and far between since 2023. Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy remains attached to a movie revolving around Daisy Ridley's Rey Skywalker. A better chance of Blade 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming out next year. Set 15 years after the events of The Rise of Skywalker, it's being written by George Nolfi, who replaced Stephen Knight, who in turn took over from the writing duo of Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson. However, with Kathleen Kennedy stepping down as Lucasfilm president, only time will tell what Filoni has planned for this and all the previously announced projects set in a galaxy far, far away. During a recent exit interview, Kennedy said that Filoni intends to move forward with X-Men Dark Phoenix writer and director Simon Kinberg's planned trilogy. That update didn't receive the warmest of responses from fans, but Filoni and Kinberg did previously collaborate on Rebels. According to Daniel Rickman, Ridley's Rey Skywalker will have a major role in the planned trilogy. However, the focus will be on new leads, indicating that while Rey is going to be placed front and center, it won't be as the main protagonist. Where does this leave Obaid-Chinoy's movie? Well, while it's hard to shake the feeling that this trilogy is meant as a replacement, it is. Rey's solo outing could be what bridges the gap between 9 and what fans believe will effectively serve as 10, 11, and 12. Update comes after Rickman also reported that Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania Director Peyton Reed met with Lucasfilm about helming a Star Wars movie. He previously took charge of episodes of The Mandalorian, including the season 2 finale featuring Luke's return. He's working right now. He wrote something that we read in August, and it was very good, but not there, Kennedy said of Kinberg's Star Wars movie. We've pretty much upended the story and spent a great deal of time on the treatment, which he finished literally around 4 weeks ago, and is a very detailed treatment, like 70 pages. And so he is expected to give us something in March. I know that Dave and Lin are very much on board with what Simon's doing, and that would be a new trilogy. The timeline of things that takes you well into 2030 plus. So that's really what's up next. This is so much here. There's so much here. And this is why one of the main things that I hope that the two new leaders do, and you and I have been very vocal on this, is stop making announcements before you have anything planned, and stop lying, right? One of the things that was, remember the last big announcement that Kathleen Kennedy said? We're not doing trilogies anymore. We're not doing those anymore. No more trilogies to single movies. And then she goes, here's this and this, and then we have a trilogy coming out. It's like, why did you just say you're not doing a trilogy? Just don't say anything. But this stuff with Rey, this makes all the sense in the world. And it's not going to be the standalone movie. It's going to be the Starfighter movie. The Starfighter movie is you're going to see a cameo or something's going to pop in from Rey. She'll show up in that, and you'll be like, okay, because it takes place in that time period. So you have that, you have her, you have the interest kind of come back. Maybe there's something that they're setting up in the way that Marvel set up phases 1, 2, and 3. And you're like, okay, we're back in it. And then she serves as like the Obi-Wan of the new trilogy or whatever it might be. She's a major part of it. Please, for the love of God, no new empire, no new planet that or thing that blows up planets. None of that. Make something new, find new villains, whatever you might do. And I love the idea we have a 70-page treatment for a trilogy. That is a plan. That's great. Before people lose their minds about Kinberg, let's find out if he's writing the scripts or if he's just writing the treatment. Because if he's writing the scripts, I understand, wait a minute, he needs some help. But if he's writing the treatment, as they said, he wrote a great story with Filoni regarding Rebels and other things that he was planning to do. And I think Logan he helped with the story there and other things. He's good with story, but screenplay, maybe just give it to somebody else. But if he's putting together a treatment, I think we're in good shape. But Steph, you hear all of this news. Give me your thoughts on all.
Yeah, I think a lot of this makes sense, and we'll see how it plays out, because I'm still, even though Kathleen Kennedy might be, a huge people blame for a lot of stuff, there's still like the overhead of Disney. So I'm curious how and if the relationship with Disney's control or oversight of Lucasfilm, how that plays out with their ideas and how much it's actually been kind of messing with the ideas, because maybe they were the ones that said no trilogies and then trilogies. We just don't know exactly what's going on. But I like the idea of Rey being, kind of like the new Luke, where she's like a very important role, but she's not the main character, because she did have her trilogy. And I think that honors the character of Rey. I think that's cool for Daisy Ridley. I love Daisy Ridley. I'd love to see more of her. And I think that's like a very not safe, but like a cool place to be for that character. Yeah.
You pay, and I think that they're paying her. The rumor was like $12 million or whatever it is, whatever they're paying her, whether that was just for the single movie or various appearances, whatever it might be. It makes sense to connect it and put it all together, and then you create new characters and new ideas and potential new ways to spin things off. Now, I also think that another reason you don't want to do movies and other things that were set up beforehand. It's another reason why maybe Mangold stuff was put on hold and this other stuff. I think the smart play, and it looks like that's what they're doing for the two new leaders to do, is, all right, first things first. They got Ahsoka season 2 coming out. They have Mandalorian and Grogu. They have Starfighter. That's combined with the stuff that Kathleen Kennedy set up and everything too. And then they start to push into their stuff. They shouldn't be doing 2 movies, 2 shows a year. You focus on one narrative and show that you guys have it down, because sometimes less is better, right? And if you do one of these things where your first movie that you do under your leadership hits brings the fans back together in the same way that Mandalorian season 1 and season 2 did. And like, okay, wait a minute. We might get some championships here from these new coaches. And then you throw the second one out and you ease into it as opposed to throwing everything. And now so-and-so has a movie. And then so-and-so is going to do a movie in this time. And focus on your trilogy. If you're going to go all in on the Kinberg thing, go all in, get the directors to do it, get maybe, again, find some screenwriters and let's see what it is. Because they haven't mentioned that Kinberg's directing and they haven't mentioned that he's writing the screenplays. They've just said he's involved in it. He's producing it. He's writing the stories.
Right.
So let's get follow-up.
Yeah. I think I don't want to jump to conclusions on the Kinberg because I feel like he got shit on like so quickly after that announcement, but we don't even know exactly what it is, and maybe it's like a hell of a pitch, and I hope it is, and I'd be excited for that. But I'm in complete agreement with you too. I think like because of the distrust that they have right now, it would be smart to just focus on one movie a year, kind of bring that loyalty back, set up the universe or the galaxy now where it is, and just focus on that.
And see where the audience is on your other stuff. Someone said, two shows in a movie would be fine. I couldn't disagree with you more. And if you brought that up in my office I was running right now, I would fire you. Because right now you have Ahsoka season 2. Ahsoka season 1 didn't do very well in the ratings. Some people really enjoyed it. Some people didn't. They're going to see what season 2 does before they even decide if they're going to continue on with Filoni's universe, right? So they're going to test that one out. If it does very well and makes a comeback and people like the fact they're shooting on location, then Ahsoka season 3 could be something that people would want, and you wait. Then Mandalorian, depending on how the movie does, Favreau has made it clear he wants to do season 4. That's your 2 shows right now. Potentially doing Ahsoka season 3. Potentially, if it does well, with Mandalorian wrapping up with a final season. You can develop other shows. You can talk about it, but I wouldn't start putting things out there immediately because you don't have a proven track record yet, and you have to get the audience's trust back.
Yeah, especially when you're diving into a new time zone and like seeing what's working. I think it just like doesn't make sense to kind of throw everything out at once.
Right. And trust in your stories. And like you look at what, and I would love to be able to find this out, and I don't think we'll ever find this out. Season 1 and season 2 of The Mandalorian were clearly going in a direction where he goes off with Luke. He doesn't, and then they realize this very well might have been a Bob Iger note, by the way, too. I don't know the answer to it, but someone panicked and realized we're not going to have Grogu in season 3 of Mandalorian. What are you doing? Can you? Yeah, well, we can put him back in a Boba Fett episode. Great, do that. Team him back up. We need Grogu back, and they should have done one season without Grogu. That's where the story was taking it. Clearly, because they were nervous that people wouldn't watch because Grogu was the star. It was like something like Family Matters, where it wasn't about Urkel. It wasn't about Urkel. And then Urkel shows up, and everybody loves Urkel. And then Urkel starts dominating the storylines, and the families pretty much became like supporting characters. You can't make a supporting character out of the Mandalorian. And now that's why instead of the Mandalorian, now it's the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. And one of the main reasons is because Grogu sold tons of merchandise.
Right.
He sold so much merchandise in that first season, they didn't even have it ready. When they weren't prepared for it, it was like months later when they finally came out with it because they didn't realize how popular he was going to be. You gotta have confidence in your story. You gotta have confidence, and I just don't know if we'll find out with this movie. I don't know. Are you excited about Mandalorian Grogu at all?
Yeah, I am. I'm not like it's not in my like top 5. Maybe not my top 10, but I'm definitely going to see it opening weekend, and I look forward to seeing what they're doing.
Yeah, do you think it's going to play like a movie or just like a longer episode of the show?
I hope it plays like a movie, but that you needed the knowledge of the show.
Yeah.
But they'll have to walk on like kind of a thin line with that, because I'm sure they'll want to bring in people too who maybe have not.
They have to. I mean, they
every single
absolutely,
season.
yeah, they absolutely have to get people out. Well, I guess yes and no, right? Because the core, they definitely need the core audience the most for this one, because as I've said, I think that people who there's been people that two sides of people that I've seen when it comes to Mandalorian and Grogu. There's one side that I think is living in a fantasy world. I think that the movie's going to make $1 billion or $2 billion. I think you need to have your head examined if you think that that's going to happen. But then there's the other people who said, "Oh, if it doesn't make $1 billion, it's a failure. If it doesn't make 800 million, it's a failure."
Yeah.
That is now Starfighter might be true with that. I don't know what the budget is. It's probably in the 200 plus range, maybe 250. I don't know. If that movie doesn't make close to 700, 800 million on its really first big theatrical movie, that's a conversation we should absolutely have. This is not that. This is a $140 million Star Wars movie, one of the cheapest Star Wars movies of all time. And when you look at the inflation side of it, it is the cheapest Star Wars movie of all time. It's simply meant to make up the budget and to, instead of putting it on TV for season 4, what this was intentionally intended for, it is now going to be a movie that they can make money back, get people in the theater just to see Star Wars and know that, hey, it's our first movie since, and here's some characters, and get the kids out there to see Grogu. And that's the intention of this movie. It is just a business monetary. All movies are business. Sure. But this is intended to just get this money back, the marketing back. If it hits $450 million, then they're going to be happy with this movie. Not the case with the next movies going forward, but that's the intent of it. So make no mistakes about that. But
Right.
Anybody who thinks this movie's making $1 billion is a crazy pants.
I mean, that would be cool, but yeah.
There is no chance that it makes $1 billion. There's no chance. It's like I think that the people who think that don't understand that it's where I use Star Wars is not America's pastime anymore in the way that baseball used to be America's pastime. It's not. It's just not there anymore. And it's not like anything you put out Star Wars, people are going to go see. And the third season wasn't very popular. It's Grogu that is going to get the kids in the theater, though. So going back to what we just said, reason why they put him back in the show was to be able to make a movie that people would actually buy tickets for. So we'll see. Anyway, what do you guys think about all of this, about Rey showing up in this, about Kinberg, what the direction should be? Put your thoughts in there and let us know. Okay, last thing to talk about before we move on to the questions here today. The 2026 Oscar nominations came out today. Now, not only did they come out, I always look, Steph, at the snubs. The snubs were crazy on this one. But I'm going to read this Dark Horizons report, and then we'll get into the snubs right after that. But let's check out this report from Dark Horizons. Here's the 2026 nominations. The 2026 nominations have been announced this morning at the Academy Samuel Goldwyn Theater by host Danielle Brooks and Lewis Pullman. Sinners led the pack with 16 nominations, which is an all-time record for nominations for a single film. That was followed by One Battle After Another with 13, followed by Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Frankenstein with 9, Hamnet with 8, and Begonia, F1, Train Dreams, and The Secret Agent snagged 4 each. Welcome surprises include Delroy Lindo for Sinners, F1 for a Best Film nomination, and big category noms for The Secret Agent and Frankenstein. On the snubs front, Wicked for Good was completely shut out, while Del Toro missed out on a director nomination. This picture's best pictures include at least 4 films that have earned over $100 million at the box office. Here is a full list of nominees for the year's Academy Awards. Begonia, Best Picture, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Best Director, Chloe Zhao, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, Ryan Coogler, of course, for Sinners. Best Actor, Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. Best Actress, Jessie Buckley, Rose Byrne, Kate Hudson getting the nomination. That to me is shocking over Amanda Seyfried. Very much so, actually. Renee Reneziv from Sentimental Value, and an Emma Stone from Begonia. Best Supporting Actress. Oh, and by the way, another Best Actress one that was shut out was Chase Infinity. We'll get from One Battle, and we'll get to that in a second. Best Supporting Actress, Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. Igna Ibsdottir Lias from Sentimental Value. Amy Madigan, Weapons. Wunmi Masaku, Sinners. Tiana Taylor from One Battle After Another. Best Supporting Actor, Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another. Jacob Elordi from Frankenstein. Delroy Lindo from Sinners. Sean Penn, One Battle After Another. Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. Best Animated, Arco, Ilio, K-Pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, Zootopia 2. Best International Feature, Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value. Sirat, the voice of Hind Raja. I don't know that one. Best Documentary Feature, The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, The Perfect Neighbor. Then you got Screenplay, Best Original Screenplay, Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best Score, want to get into Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Best Song, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Costume Design, Visual Effects. See all these here. Anything else? No, okay. That's, you can see the list on out there. But I also, what I want to do in a second, well, actually, Steph, before we get into the snubs, what stands out to you about these nominations?
Before we get into the snubs.
Before we get into the snubs.
Okay. I'm super happy for Sinners. I am excited that Wunmi from Sinners got that nomination. I don't believe she got one at the Golden Globes.
Delroy Lindo too, yeah.
Delroy Lindo, super happy. He was honestly, he probably had my second favorite scene of the movie. Just such an important part of that movie, and just such a great actor in general, like overdue nomination in general. So I love that. And in terms of animation, got all the movies I love. I think I was happy to see K-pop there, Little Amelie, and there's character.
I would have liked to seen In Your Dreams in there.
Right, that'd be fun for sure.
Yeah.
I actually thought In Your Dreams, no shade, was better than Elio,
Me too.
but that happens every now and then. And it was cool to see so many movies nominated for Best Picture. The more the merrier to me but I don't know why people are so mad about that.
I love that F1. I love that F1 is nominated. I actually think that there should be 10 nominations in each category, not just best movie. If you're going to nominate 10 movies, you should nominate 10 movies for each.
Yeah, 5 is so little.
So little is so, because it's not 1985 anymore. There's so many different movies that are being made, and now Netflix and Amazon and everybody else who puts stuff on streaming is also allowed to be part of this. You're limiting it. It's really not fair. Like there's so these people who get cut out of these things. It's not that your performance wasn't worthy. It's because there's so many limited spots. 5 spots is not enough anymore. There's too much shit out there to watch. There's just too much. And so like 10 movies makes sense. 5 for the entire year for all the stuff that's out there, 5 performances. You're never going to accurately get, and you're always going to get snubbed for people out there. And that's kind of what we get into next. And here's the snubs. And this is a pretty good article in general. The biggest snubs so far, I agree with a lot of these too, by the way. So here's some of the big snubs. Oscar nominations landed this Thursday. You really have to be a curmudgeon to complain with the year's 2 best films, One Battle After Another and Sinners, hauling in the most nods. One of these movies is going to win Best Picture, probably One Battle. I concur. Continuing a nice little streak of top shelf winners, Oppenheimer to Anora, One Battle After Another. Let's see, the snubs. Here we go. Snub, Wicked for Good. So if you go to all the other movies, I mean, I can see why Wicked for Good didn't get nominated at all the other movies. Like I liked F1 significantly better than I liked Wicked for Good, and I liked Wicked for Good. But was it a Best Picture this year? I don't believe so. I don't know how much of a snub it really is, as much of it's a disappointment. Do you agree or disagree, Steph?
I liked it better than F1, but I don't
Okay.
think it's not like something I was willing to fight about as much as last year. I felt like we can talk about it more, but I just felt like they were waiting for Wicked 2 to give the awards to people like Cynthia or Ariana, or John M. Chu wasn't even nominated. And then this year came and it's like, this is why I think you should just go off what the first movie is or the one that's of that year, not wait for a sequel.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Surprise is F1. It was in my top 5. I loved it. So I dig that they have that this is a movie, kind of mainstream, kind of old school movie that makes it in. There's no chance in hell this movie wins, but the fact that it was nominated, you can now say, Oscar nominated F1. Yes. Steph, I think we're both going to agree here on both of this. The snub of Avatar, Fire and Ash, right? If you would have told me a year ago that Avatar, Fire and Ash is coming out and it's not going to get nominated for Best Picture, I would have thought you were crazy. If you told me Avatar, Fire and Ash was going to get nominated for Best Picture after it came out, I would have told you were crazy. I enjoyed it, and I think you enjoyed it just as much. I don't know if have we discussed it since you saw it?
I don't think we have. Yes, of course.
And did you like it?
I'm obsessed, Kristian.
Okay.
I love it.
Did you like Spider more?
I don't feel like they. Oh my God,
right, well,
he's still by far
your worst character.
the worst.
All right. Well, that's another conversation another time.
But he wasn't as bad. He wasn't as bad.
Okay. But another conversation another time. But do you think, as much as you liked it, do you think it should have been nominated for Best Picture?
Over F1, I do think so, but
Wow.
it's not, again, something I'm willing to go to war about.
Fair. Okay. Snub. It was just an accident. This one I missed. So the warning signs were there. Jafar Panahi's searing and often funny social critique of authoritarianism did not fare well on the Oscar or BAFTA early list, but with the current political climate and the alarming events transpiring in Panahi's native Iran, it still felt like it made the Best Picture cut. So yeah, that one I didn't see, so I'm not sure. Surprise!
Yeah, and I don't even think it got nominated for Best Foreign Film, which was such a bummer to me. Yeah.
Joachim Trier, Sentimental Value. I'm not as surprised, but maybe because I don't know. I think Del Toro should have been nominated. Like, he did a great job directing that movie. So
yes,
I think Joachim Trier did a great job of Sentimental Value. I don't know who I take out of that. But Del Toro was so good.
I think Joachim did too, just for me. Right. It's just a way smaller scale film to me than what Frankenstein did.
Yeah, he was so good. So, and then again, Jafar Panahi, we were just talking about. This is the one that I think is a problem. Kate Hudson was really good in this movie. I saw this movie. She's really good in it. Hudson got nominated over both Chase Infinity and Amanda Seyfried, which everyone was talking about the Testament of Man Lee and talking about her. Everyone thought it was a shoo-in that she was going to get nominated. Now here, and then Cynthia Erivo, I didn't think would get nominated. I think that she'd been getting shut out of a lot of different other awards. I think the writing was on the table. Is that how it goes? The writing, I think it was. And then surprise Delroy Lindo. But as far as these three go, let's talk about this. Chase Infinity, Seyfried, and Erivo. Like I said, I think that a couple different things. One, I'll give you the one that I think everyone will agree with, and then I'm gonna give you a little bit of the controversial one.
Okay.
The one I think everyone will agree with Cynthia Erivo is I just think that, again, she wasn't getting nominated for a lot of these awards. It was Ariana Grande that was getting the most of the attention of it. She wasn't at Golden Globe. She wasn't. So it's like the writing was kind of on the wall that we weren't getting that nomination. Plus, I think people overall, I don't think that the PR for that movie, both these movies, helped Cynthia Erivo. I think that Cynthia Erivo, she's what an amazing performance on both, but people were getting tired of them in the constant. I mean, it became a social media joke. It became like their interviews were weird, like all this stuff. It was it became really bizarre, and I think people were getting tired of it, and I think that does do a thing down the line, and I think it's one of the reasons she has been shut out of most things. Now, as far as Chase Infinity, I think whoever it was, whether it was the studio, her team, whoever, they did this girl a major disservice by trying to get Best Actress.
I completely agree.
They should have went after supporting. Not only
Yes.
would she have been nominated, she had a chance to win.
Yes.
She was not in the movie long enough to me that you could say, "Oh, she's the lead of the movie." The lead of the movie is Leonardo DiCaprio. She might be the one that's featured the most as a woman inside it, but she's not the lead. She could have taken a shot at doing supporting, and there wouldn't have been much pushback. I don't think Tiana Taylor should have been nominated over her at all. I thought that her performance was way stronger than Tiana Taylor's, and yet she's getting nominated for everything, and she won the Golden Globe.
Yes.
So, and then Amanda Seyfried not being nominated is interesting as well. So that's my take on all that. What say you?
Yeah, I love Cynthia and Ariana. I did not get tired of, but I saw people make fun. It was like kind of a split boat where some people were like, "This is weird," and other people like me are like, they're just like have like a deep friendship, and I'm here for it. I think where it went wrong was just like people who didn't see the play, like myself, were kind of warned that the second act in the play would be the same as the movie, where it's just like not as strong as the first act. It's more sentimental. It's less like
Totally. I couldn't agree
club
more.
bangers in the song, where it like where you might be surprised is the costume and makeup. But I did see a lot of criticism on like Ariana's makeup and stuff like that. So I was surprised they didn't get costumes. But in terms of One Battle After Another, I completely agree with that. I actually love Tiana Taylor, her personality, and I feel like people are really responding well to her, like actors, which is cool to see. And I've heard she's so nice. I am confused though that Chase Infinity wasn't like the main push for supporting
They got greedy.
for
with
this
that.
movie.
Yeah, they got greedy
Yeah.
with that.
I just think that she was the bigger character for this movie that just had a bigger lasting impact for me, whereas I thought
Agreed.
Tiana just had like a cool intro.
Chase Infinity was one of the best things of that entire movie.
For sure.
And I think that's where people realize it and say, "Oh, so we should get her a Best Actress." No. This to me was a colossal error on whoever decided to do that and go. She's already getting her name out there. She's already going to be working. She's going to get a lot of opportunities. So that part of it. But as far as her doing this first big role and being one of those people to say, "Hey, my first big role, right off the bat, nominated for an Oscar," and now she doesn't have that. It's not the end of the world, but
No, she's a star.
she's a star, and it should have been a nomination. She should have been
sure.
nominated overall in the same way that Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro went head to head on
Right.
supporting. And I think one of the reasons why neither one of them they've been losing. They've been losing on every show because they're splitting the votes.
Right.
And so I don't know. Maybe that's what they were worried about with this. I do not know. So we'll see. As far as the remaining snubs and surprises, Ariana Grande. Now that one surprised me. That surprised me that she wasn't nominated. I thought that she was going to get nominated for this movie, but it just looks like people just didn't respond. At least the Academy just didn't respond to Wicked, too. That's what I'm gathering from this. Surprise Elle Fanning. That doesn't surprise me that much. SAG after voters ignored the cast of Sentimental Value for the Oscar for the Actors Awards, but the ensemble came back in a big way with the Academy. Snub Odysseia Zion from Marty Supreme. This to me doesn't seem like a snub. I think she was amazing in the movie, but she wasn't being nominated anywhere else, and there wasn't a lot of buzz behind it. So, and I think she was incredible. That she was great, and I would have welcomed a nomination for her, but I don't know how much of a snub that is. I do think this is what I was going to say. I'm surprised No Other Choice not being nominated for international feature. That surprised me.
Crazy.
I was shocked on that one. I liked the movie. I didn't love it, but I was still getting nominated for all these different international things. So
I
yeah.
loved it. I thought it was kind of like a no-brainer. It's just got so much discussion out
It was
of it,
good.
more so than like the international category is awesome this year, but I just feel like people were really talking about No Other Choice.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess and say that Secret Agent will win, but I
I
wouldn't
think so too.
but I wouldn't be surprised if a surprise was sentimental value. But I think that Secret Agent will win. As far as Best Picture, like, because look, Sinners has should absolutely be applauded. Like someone pointed out in the comments before the show started, saying, "Well, remember Kristian said it wouldn't be nominated for anything in the beginning of the year." I was 100% wrong. Not because I didn't think it deserved it. I just thought because it came out in April and that it would be forgotten because it was a vampire movie. I'm glad I was.
Yeah, I
I'm glad
remember
I
you
was
really
wrong.
loved it when it came out. So
Loved it. It was in my top. It was in my top 3 or 4 movies of the year. I think it was number 3. But it was great. It's a great movie. I've seen it now 2 or 3 times. It's a great movie. I said at that time, it deserves to be nominated. It should be nominated. It's just because with the Academy and vampire movies and all that stuff that
horror.
and in April it comes out, it could be lost. And I'm so glad that the Academy proved me wrong. Nominating with the most nominations in Academy Award history. It was going back and forth with Luke. Luke's like, I don't know. I'm kind of seeing Sinners winning Best Picture.
I hope they do.
There's no way. There's no way.
I hope they do. I like that movie so much more than
One
Battle
Battle
After Another. And I loved One Bat. I thought One Battle had some very interesting, great performances, interesting points to be told, great directing. Wouldn't be mad if he won director, but I just thought I just enjoyed Sinners as
That's
a
fair.
film.
I would be if it did beat One Battle. There's some movies that beat movies that I love, and I'm like, come on, what are you doing? If that one won over One Battle, I'd be like, okay, all right,
right,
because it's like I said, One Battle was my number 1, and I think Sinners was my number 3.
Okay,
and Roofman was my number 2. Roofman got shut out completely. But
Kristian, I watched that because of you,
and
I don't get what.
Really, you didn't love Roofman?
It's like the one time I felt like
wow.
We were on different planets.
You didn't like Roofman?
No.
Wow. You're one of the few.
I know.
Holy moly.
That's true.
You and I are usually on the same page.
Totally. It was shocking.
It was a true story. You don't think it was a fascinating true story?
I do, but okay. First of all, I like happy endings, and it was kind of like this, and I like a character to root for. He was a sociopath.
Oh, I can understand but he was a good guy who was a sociopath, though. He was a good guy.
The complexity I could see, like if you pitched it in a room, I'd be like, that's very interesting. Just for the landing of watching like this horrible choices and no arc that I could believe in, that was tough for me.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. It was my number 2. But as far as number 1 goes, with One Battle, I think here what I think. If you're going to Vegas and you're going to bet on the Oscars, you can blame me afterwards, but I'm telling you, I think that these are a lock. Best Picture, One Battle, a lock. I think Best Director, PTA. A lock. I think Best Actress, Jessie Buckley, a lock. And I think Best Actor right now, Timothée Chalamet, a lock.
Interesting. And I like him a lot. I think he's amazing. I'm just not getting the buzz. I'm on the camp of not getting like the hyper buzz of that movie.
Yeah, but who's going to beat him?
Okay.
Michael B. Jordan, it's not going to happen.
I know, but that's who I think. He's literally Smoke and Stack are 2 different humans. You can't convince me otherwise.
I don't disagree with you. I think that his performance is extraordinary, but you've got to play the odds here, and you've got to play the history.
You're talking about if we go to Vegas. I get it.
And you've got to look at who's been winning right now.
Right.
Now, there are these outside shots sometimes when people who haven't been winning just out of nowhere, the Academy, it happens.
Like Nora last year. That was like...
Right. I just don't think it happens this time around, but we'll see. What do you guys make of the nominations, the snubs, all of that and more. Who do you think wins? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, we got questions galore. Before we do, I'll tell you about Mars Men. If you are getting yourself in shape, I got a way to help you. All right, so if you've been following my journey, I've been really hitting the gym for the last year or so and making sure, as I get older, that I'm doing things right. And I was feeling the change as I was getting older, and everything that was easy beforehand, it just wasn't anymore. I don't really talk about it a lot, but I guess I should talk about it now. I think it started to really hit me about 5 years ago. And now, even as I was starting to work out, I could feel it. No matter if I was eating well or whatever, I felt like sometimes I was just kind of, slugging along. And nobody really tells you about it as you get older. One day you're crushing it. Next day you're wondering why everything feels twice as hard. And I think some people your testosterone, it lowers as you get older. But here's the thing. Most men start losing testosterone around age 30, about 1% every year after that. So when the new year hit this year, I was like, wait a minute. I got to feel energized again. I don't want to feel worn down. I got this pilot coming up. I want to really hit these things hard. So I keep it simple, and I'm doing something natural that supports my body where I need it. And that was why I was excited to hear about Mars Men. What is it? It helps your body unlock usable testosterone so you can feel like yourself again. Because what I learned about it was that your body makes testosterone, but a lot of it gets locked up and it can't be used. And there's a protein called SHBG. It basically handcuffs your testosterone. Even if your body's making it, SHBG locks it up. You can't access it. It's like having money in the bank, but your debit card is not working. So Mars Men is designed to help free lock testosterone so your body can actually use it. There's no synthetics. There's no needles, just real ingredients that help optimize energy, focus, and strength. What's great about it is there's now stronger physical performance, fast recovery from the gym, more consistent, natural energy. It's not like drinking a cup of coffee. It's a steadier sense of drive throughout the day. Supports healthy T levels, energy, stamina. 8 natural clinically dosed ingredients, made in the USA, and it's third-party tested. There's a 90-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk with that. So the worst case is you don't like it, and you get your money back. But over 91% of users report higher energy levels. Thousands of guys are feeling incredible results. Just check out the reviews on the website and go check it out yourself. For a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping, 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. Perfect way to kick off the new year strong. That's mengotomars.com. You get 50% off and 3 free gifts at the checkout. So you're going to purchase, and then they're going to say, hey, where'd you hear about us? You got to support our show, and you got to tell them that we sent you. Go check it out. Mars Men. Thank you to Mars Men. I really hope you guys have been checking out all of our wonderful sponsors here today. They keep us going, they keep us on the air, and they keep giving you guys some cool stuff to do. All right, Steph Sabra, you need to get to 72 in order to tie Roka and get you into potential to take out capes and cows again, as you did last week. Currently at 42. Good start.
Okay.
Good start before we even get going. So here's the first one. Nathan Drake 253. I might not have loved one battle after another, but snubbing Chase Infinity is so crazy. She was great and a lot better than Tiana, in my opinion. But you see, you're saying two different things. Because I think you're probably agreeing with us, Nathan, because she got snubbed because the other performances, like Amanda Seyfried had a leading, she got snubbed too. But as much as I love Chase, if you were like, okay, if you can only put one of those two performances in there, Amanda Seyfried or Chase Infinity, I'm still telling you put Amanda in there because it was a lead performance.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Infinity has supporting performance. And again, whoever it was, they did this poor woman a disservice by having her go for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt Krugman worked on a Netflix set yesterday for a new show called All the Sinners Bleed, based on a 2023 book. The company I work with was asked to clear out this house's furniture so art props would have space. Okay,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's some more to that. Thank you, Matt. Matt's always been super supportive of the challenge. Joanne Rodenbaugh became a YouTube member. Thank you. Good time to become a member. A lot of unedited watch-alongs that we do. Steph's gonna watch we're watching a movie on Monday. Trying to figure out what we're gonna see. We got tons of the Born Identity movies are coming up pretty soon. She hasn't seen any of those. We're gonna be seeing those. We got a lot of things that we're gonna be checking out.
Are we doing Badlands?
Badlands? Which one's that?
Predator Badlands? Is that what it's
shit!
called?
Right. That's out. That's a great.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we're doing on Monday.
Okay. I was like, is he gonna stall me out here?
Had you not mentioned it, I would have never remembered.
Okay.
We should have done 100%. Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Yes. We'll watch that's what we'll watch next. Yes, 100%.
Cool.
And then we'll get to the other ones later. So that's what we'll watch. So there you go. So if you want to see the unedited version of the Badlands one, check it out. Sean McCabe, Masters of the Universe trailer was cool. It's definitely giving off those summer movie vibes. That's also true. Good point, Sean. Skeletor looks awesome. Kristian, what say you about the Earth to Eternia ratio? I think Eternia will be heavily. I think you're going to get Earth for like the first 15 minutes of the movie, and then we'll be tapping our feet, hoping for him to get the hell out of there, and eventually they will. But the rest of it will be an Eternia. What do you think, Steph?
Yeah, I think so, and I hope so.
Okay, let's see. Next one after that, Z Beast becomes a YouTube member. Awesome. Again, you guys want to help Steph tie Roka or beat Roka, get her to 73. That'll beat Roka. But it's always safe to get to 100 in order to beat the Capes crew, to try to anyway. Hey, Mr. CJ. I sense we'll see from you, Kristian, about the trailer. A little bit more than that. You got a little bit more than we'll see. We'll see is Earth and the humor. That's we'll see. But Eternia, they got me on board with that. They did it. They did justice to it so far. Mike Joyce, happy to see little Amelia or Emile?
Amelie.
Thank you. Even better. Get a animated feature nomination. Such a lovely animated movie that more people need to see. Didn't see little Amelie.
Oh, it's so good. It's gorgeous.
Feature.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Mike Joyce, it's a shame that J-Law got snubbed for Diamond. It's another one, another performance. But that's my point. 10 performances. 10.
Right.
She should have been nominated. Amanda Seyfried should have been nominated.
Yep.
They should have been. And supporting Cynthia Erivo or Ariana Grande should have been nominated. Like, not should have won, but should have not. 10, they got to change it. There's too much stuff out there now.
Yeah, 5 is so little. And I do, if we're talking about marketing and press right now, I feel like J-Law is back on top. She's
been doing a lot of stuff. Yeah,
she is so lovable. It's crazy.
She's real.
She's
real.
She's just fun, naturally funny.
Yeah.
And she's just herself, and she always has been. And I don't know why there was this era of kind of haters of her.
Well, she said it. Did you see her interview with Josh Harwitz?
Oh no.
She said she's like, because she really, she was just, it was so much. There was just so much material and so much stuff she was doing that people just got tired of it, and she understood it. She goes, it's what they do. It's what's happening. Like, it's so funny. We had this conversation about Glenn Powell the other day, and man, you really can't. You got to be very careful what you say, because people want to just prove you wrong. And what I said was, it's 15 minutes are up, and what I meant was 15 minutes are up as far as being a movie star. And then there was another announcement that came up, and so this person tweeted me, but you told me it's 15 minutes are up. He's got projects. It's like, didn't come out yet. Did the movie do well? What I was saying is, I happen to really like Glenn Powell's ability. I think he's a talented dude. I understand why he's out there. He's just not a star to me yet, and he hasn't had the right things out there that have worked. That could shift, but people are starting to get exhausted by him because he's in everything. Similar to what happened with J-Law.
Yeah. I'm glad to see her back.
Yeah, me too. Sean McCabe, surprise, no nomination for Warfare sound design. And that would have been that one should have been.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that was a tough movie to watch. Good movie, tough movie. Dark Smirk 1. I love that the statue holding He-Man sword is the original concept art for He-Man. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. That's great. Skeletor looked great. I went from meh to excited to see Masters of the Universe. Yeah, I think it's got a lot of people on board because it does look fun. I mean, the movie looks fun for sure.
Yeah, it really looks fun. That was the one thing I walked away thinking.
Yeah. Sean McCabe, is Kalinowski's dog named Amber? Just curious.
Did you shit in there?
I don't know. No, it's Indy.
Okay.
Indiana. Yeah. Sergio C650. He-Man trailer looks extremely mid. Okay. Yeah. To which then B Green says, I don't know. This felt very generic, like a Netflix movie. It's fair to see. It's fair to say. Calais Garcia, sending Adam to Earth, could it leave room that Adora She-Ra was sent to Etheria? Possible sequel spinoff. Possible. Yes. If the movie does very well, you better bet you're behind that they'll put She-Ra in there, find a way to get She-Ra in there eventually, whether it's 2 or 3, depending on how. If the first one makes so much money that it's a major hit, you're like, oh, we're going to do 3 of these movies, then they might space that out. If they're like, yeah, we'll get a sequel, let's get She-Ra in there quick. But yeah, so that's very possible. Depends on how they do it. I wish they would stick to the actual lore, but we'll see. David Jordea. Hey, I enjoyed the teaser. Thought it looked fun. Not over the top comedy, hopefully, but definitely gives MCU vibes. Yeah, Steph, I agree that in the trailer, the comedy didn't look too over the top. It looked like, okay, fine joke. Let's move past it now. But trailers could be different from the movies. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought there was a good tone. It wasn't the whole trailer. It was just the beginning.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean is we'll see if they stick to that or if it's just a very good trailer. David Jordea says, and with a very, very generous super chat. Thank you, David. I grew up with the OG series alongside with the 87 film, which was my Star Wars at the time. Wow. Until I finally watched Star Wars in 1977. Fair. LOL. Also love the 2002 series and the Kevin Smith Netflix series. So I'm looking forward to this too. Yeah, I mean, look, I think that regardless, you're getting a Masters of the Universe movie. We haven't had a Masters of the Universe movie since 87. There are people that have been too scared to tackle it, and now they're tackling it. And you get somebody like Travis Knight. I like our odds. The vitamin, I always say vitamin, not vitamin. The vitamin dealer. What if He-Man comedy is more comparable to Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves? Kristian, would you mind that? I don't know. I probably would mind that because I loved the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Did you see that movie, Steph?
It was shockingly good.
I loved that movie, and it didn't do very well. And I loved.
I know
movie. It was such a
because I think the trailer came out and people were like, "This doesn't look good."
It was
and then the movie came that I thought I was like, I don't know about this. And then the movie came out. I was like, wait, this rocks.
I really, really enjoyed that movie and was bummed it didn't do well because I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
But I also am not a big D&D fan. Not that I'm, I just never played it, didn't know. So I had really nothing to compare it to or any of that kind of stuff. And I think D&D fans liked it too, but I'm just saying, He-Man, I have things to compare to. So if they start really being goofy and they lose me when I want them to other stuff, let's see. So, okay. So Ellis actually just texted me about the He-Man. He said, holy shit, that He-Man trailer. He's all in, complete 180 from my previous stance. Hey, I am on with Steph. Are you able to jump in and talk about it for a second? Let's see if you can. Let's see what he says. If he's able to, we'll get Ellis on the show. Dig a bone. Kristian, you were the first rat. I think maybe saying first person I thought of.
Rat. Yeah.
I'm the first rat. The first rat I thought of, you rat. I thought of when I saw this trailer. Why are they disrespecting Orko? And do we get She-Ra? I don't think we're getting She-Ra this time around. And I don't know why they're disrespecting Orko. What are they scared of Orko for? I don't know. You know who I know who are real fans of our channel and of me in general, Steph? It's people who write this stuff. Because you're not going to know this. It's Rafs who says, where's my fucking beer? You know what that's from?
No.
It's from my pilot, Grasping at Straws.
Oh.
Which you did see. You watched. You did watch
I did
it.
See that.
You did watch it. It was it's the club owner. Who after he's done reaming Ken Knapsack out, he says, where's my fucking beer?
Okay.
It's really good. That video, by the way, on the channel, right now is over 20,000 views.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, it's good for something that we shot in 2007. Pretty excited about that. Johnny Patrizia, can they just give us Star Killer? If they can find the story, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Okay, so there you go. So I guess he put it in there twice. Thank you.
Okay.
We got it in the first one, but that was very kind of you to put us.
You're the first rat I thought of.
Yeah, I am a rat. But yeah, I hope that they actually have Orko eventually. Let's say. Okay. Hold on a second. We might let me do this. Hold on. So we might have a special guest coming in here, Steph.
Oh.
And if he comes in, you might win by like 1,000 if he comes in. Okay. Conan statue. Hopefully, it's at least Sonic good. The Conan statue was holding the sword deep cut. That's right. That was. You're right. It was the original design of He-Man. Now that you say that, Orko might be hiding in the background like the cartoon. Maybe they got to bring him in the second one. They have to. King of the Wicker People. We've spent more time in the Clone Wars era more than any other era. I'm over it. Move forward or backwards and tell more stories. Agreed. Mike Revel 6232. Whitwer could pull off Revan. He could. He 100% could pull off Revan. Are you familiar enough with Revan, Stephanie?
I saw the cuts.
Okay. Did you play get that out. Did you play Knights of the Republic?
No,
Okay.
I downloaded it, but then I just never played it. I think it's still on my desktop actually, but I watched the cuts on YouTube. It's a great story.
Agreed. So this is so funny. This is hilarious that I just got another friend who said, "Did you see the He-Man trailer?" Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, Steph is currently at 49 questions so far. You've got an opportunity to get her to beat Roka.
Let's milk Mark's presents.
And speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, there he is. Marcus Aurelius Ellis is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What a reunion here. So you're like the third person so far in the matter of like the last 10 minutes to text me about He-Man. So you wrote, I read your text on air. I mentioned you earlier. Where I said, because you know who directed this, right?
I have no idea what's going on with any of this.
Okay, so this will make sense to you now. What I took, because I told a story about you and I, because you remember how like beaten down and sad we were about the Transformers franchise, and then how you and I were sitting together at the Bumblebee movie, and that Cybertron scene came on, and we looked at each other like, "Where's this movie been?"
Yeah,
same director.
Oh my God. Okay, so look, this is how I came to this. Is that this morning I was doing morning radio on Heidi and Frank, which Kristian and I used to do back in the day. And I come in every Thursday, and right before we go to air, one of the producers, Johnny Ice, is like, "Hey, did you see the Masters of the Universe trailer?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Dude, it's awesome." And I'm like, "We'll see about that." I got a long-standing disagreement, I'll say, with Harloff over whether you can pull this off live action. It used to be, I did a bit on my last special about how He-Man just doesn't really work for the modern era. I hit play on that trailer and I lost my mind. I turned into an 8-year-old again. It looked so awesome. It looked like the right way to do it. I was a little like nervous that like he's on Earth, but then I found out why he's on Earth. And I'm like, I am so into this movie. I am going to go back to Toys R Us and buy more He-Man toys, because like I remembered all the characters and stuff. I was like, oh, that's Man at Arms. That's like, it was so
it took you back,
cool, dude. I'm like, I apologize to you. I am apologizing to Kristian Harloff.
Don't apologize yet.
Holding this torch for years. And I'm sorry that I ever doubted you in the realm of Masters of the Universe. So I'm the Orko to your He-Man.
Orko's getting the short stick. Where's Orko?
He'll show you. You can't not have Orko.
He's not
show up.
He's not in it.
You don't show everybody in the trailer.
He's not in it. But
Kristian,
maybe
don't do this to me.
He's not in it. I'm sorry, but he's going to be in the second one, I hope. But you know, it's funny that you say that. I actually hate the fact that he's in Earth. I hate it. But I did like I liked 75 to 80% of this trailer.
I knew this is how we were going to do this, by the way, Steph. We are so predictable that I knew that I was going to do a complete 180 when I watched it. I was like, Kristian's not going to be on as high as
I am. I'm on board.
Is Steph Sabra on board? Because I imagine Steph might not have grown up playing with He-Man quite as much as I did.
No, I didn't, but it looks really fun, is what I said. I was like, this looks fun.
And you know what it did, Mark? Like that's what this movie did. This trailer did very well. So it got skeptical people who grew up with it like yourself going, they're not going to pull this off, and going, whoa, I feel like a kid again. I want to go see it. Then they also got people who don't know it very well to say, that looks fun. I want to go see it. And even people like myself the problem that I know somebody who saw the movie. That's the problem. And so I don't know. What did you think of Love and Thunder?
I enjoyed it for what it was, but I will say by that point in my Marvel viewing experiences, I was like, look, I've seen the best of what y'all can do, and so I'm not looking for anything that's like Endgame anymore. Like, you give me a couple of laughs, give me a couple of good action sequences, I'm fine with that. So I enjoyed it with low expectations is the way I approached that movie.
Okay, I hated it. So
come on, the goats were funny. The goats were
I laughed,
funny.
I still laugh.
The goats.
I still laugh every time the goats are on. But I hate it. I hate the movie. And so but I did like Ragnarok, and I think that if it plays more like Ragnarok than it does Love and Thunder, then I'm in. But like the stuff they showed on Earth, get me out of there. I don't want to be there with the stupid jokes and the HR stuff.
It makes sense though, and I like that it has a lighter tone, that it's not taking itself so super seriously all the time. Like, you can have some fun in the first act, and then we'll take everything seriously in the second and third.
If that's the case, I'm with you. I wonder if they still play a lot of comedy once we get to Eternia. I think Skeletor looks great. Not
as good as Frank Langella in the 80s one, but close. Can I tell you something that is so exciting and heartwarming to me that I had no idea about? I fly to Seattle to see that side of the family the day after Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And Mom and I get into town, and so the kiddos are showing me all the presents that they got, all the toys they got. My nephew, who is about to turn 8, is now super into Masters of the Universe.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't even know that kids were like into those toys anymore.
Yeah.
And so I think that was just the little hit that I needed, just the little IV drip. And I was like, oh, it's cool that he's into that. And so we can talk He-Man. And now, because I can't play Roblox. Like, I'm terrible at Roblox.
Yeah.
I don't know what PJ Masks is. Like, I didn't grow up in any of this crap. The fact that he's into He-Man, and now you have like a new young base to like hook into this movie, like, this could be a pretty big thing, man. I'm really excited about it.
It does seem like people are getting, it's getting the kind of attention I think that Amazon wants it to get.
Yeah, I mean, I would much rather watch something like this than I would whatever they're trying to do with Lord of the Rings, when they're allowed to use like 60% of the names and 40% of the locations. Right. It's like, just give me a He-Man world and put $1 billion into that. And then the best part about Masters of the Universe or Lord of the Rings on Amazon is that whenever they do the Thursday night football game, Al Michaels has to do a read and sound excited about Lord of the Rings. If you're not a football fan, but you want a good laugh, watch Al Michaels have to promote Lord of the Rings or whatever it is. He's like, all right, coming up on the Galadriel is going to tussle. Like, he just so bored. It's really good. It's the little things in life, kids.
Yeah, it's just so yeah, man, I'm on board for it for sure. And I just whether it is one of those ones that I wish we could see in the theater together, because that's like there's a lot of, as you know more than anybody, how much history there is with that movie.
Well, if you wish hard enough, little guy, I'm pretty sure we can make something like that come true.
All right, well, let's see.
I'll fly to you. You fly to me. Steph, anything big going on in your world recently? I haven't talked to you in a minute. Any big developments?
Yeah, my whole stomach is massive. It's big. Just a big chica running through that. I'm at the phase now where I look like the Grinch, like the Jim Carrey Grinch, where he's like trying on clothes in the mirror.
Are you? What's like the number one food that you're craving?
It's so boring, Mark. I literally have had no actual fun cravings. The only thing that's been consistent with me is fruit. That's it. I eat like 8 servings of fruit a day. I'm like a fruit monster.
Are you devastated that you can't eat sushi anymore?
Devastated, and more devastated that like I've never had heartburn, so that's a thing. So I can't have like anything too flavorful, which is absolutely criminal for my existence.
Yeah.
Oh man, your poor hubby, because like the whole appeal to me about having a spouse who's pregnant is like
Right.
I don't need the kid, but like the whole appeal to it is you get to sympathy eat whatever
Yes.
your
Right.
partner's eating, and so now your poor hubby's just like, all I got to do
It's
I'm
fruit.
just gonna eat fruit. There's
Right.
there's
It's
nothing fun
fruit.
here.
He's like, this is
The-
bullshit.
Pasta's been good too, but not.
Oh.
It's not like cravings where I'm like, we have to go get this, and it's like super fun. I thought that would be my whole vibe, like fun cravings, like let's gain some weight together. No, it's not fun. It's fruit.
It could be fun though. They'll change. But listen,
That's a senior quote. It's not fun. It's fruit.
it's fruit.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Gopal says the He-Man trailer looked good to me. I'm in. He said,
Yep.
that said, I'm always in for He-Man. I'll always give it a shot, even if it turns out Canon Films awful. I think it'll be better than, I mean, I like what Travis Knight is doing. But Mark, I didn't want to keep you too long, but it's good to have you back on the show. You got to come back and make it a habit.
I would love to, but I got to go to the gym now. And based on the Masters of the Universe trailer, I'm probably going to have like the greatest workout. I might break our squat
good.
record. I might put 250 on the rack today, Seth. I don't
Do
know
it.
what's going to happen.
Do it.
I know. Look at you two. You guys look better than when I met you. Just like
Right.
great skin. You two
Right.
glowing,
Look at that.
buff.
See?
Good work.
It's black don't crack, and white. If you work really hard, you can super
Yeah,
glue
if
it
you work
sometimes.
really hard, you could
Yeah.
be okay.
That's what
Yes.
we're doing. I will tell y'all. I'm going to be at the La Jolla Comedy Store, which is North San Diego, February 6th and 7th. That's Super Bowl weekend. I'm headlining that whole weekend. So if y'all want to come get tickets, it's thecomedystore.com. La Jolla. Kristian, you're a fan. Steph's been there front row. So
It's good stuff.
you guys are like family there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's a pleasure to have you on, Mark, as always, and we'll see you soon, bud.
Love you guys. Good seeing
Love
everybody.
ya.
The great Mark Ellis, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to have Ellis on. That was good. I'm trying to communicate with PLD. The video we did specifically to welcome members. See if he hears that. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Johnny Patriza. I'm disappointed that the anime reactions didn't work. I love the reaction and hope for more. Is there any way people can help make it worth your time? I mean, not really, because like it's like what happens is what I have to do is I've got to pay Winston to do it. I've got to pay the editors, and then it's got to, in order to break even, it's got to make that right what I pay them, and then to make it worth it, it's got to make a little bit more than that. So and it just wasn't doing that. So it's possible, but I think that Winston and I are doing something on Monday. We're doing Saving Private Ryan. He's never seen it before, so we're gonna dive back into movies for now. Okay.
Oh, I haven't seen that one either.
You never saw that one either? God, I should have the two of you guys do that together. Seattle, KO, support for Steph, 100%.
Thanks.
Alex, sometimes less really is more. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I will die on this hill. Star Wars is not content. Star Wars is not content? Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. It shouldn't just be content. It should be a special. I think he means it should be a special thing. That's what he means. I understand.
I hear that.
I understand that point of view. If Ellis was still here, he would he'd agree with you too. Gopal, is a 70-page treatment for the trilogy or first movie? Another great point. I don't know. I thought it was the trilogy, but you might be right, Gopal. Maybe it is maybe it's just one movie. But I can't imagine a 70-page treatment would be for one. That's almost a full
Right.
script.
I would hope it's for the trilogy.
It's for the trilogy. That's what I was guessing. Alexander Wilson. The problem with that Mando trailer is that it was Mando greatest hits season 1 to 3. Everything that they showed you is already what you saw on the show. I didn't even watch the trailer. Still haven't even seen the trailer.
I think I did. It looked fun.
Right. You don't even remember if you saw it.
But I don't remember what it was. Yeah.
That's not a good sign. Mr. Nerd Fanatic. Holy trailer day for my birthday. He-Man looks fun as someone who grew up on the 2002 and liked Kevin Smith's show. Maul coming back is a plus for me. Will you show Sam those Boba Fett episodes or just explain them off screen? Also, congrats, Steph. It's a great question. I probably will show her those episodes because they play like Mandalorian episodes. So
right.
Sam's coming in today, and we're gonna do episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8 of Game of Thrones season 2. We're going to wrap up season 2 tomorrow. Then we get into season 3. We have to knock out all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, and then we're going to start getting into Star Wars, I think.
Damn, yeah, you have quite a journey. And happy birthday, Mr. NB fanatic.
Happy birthday. Okay. Let's see. Next one after that is Mr. Nico 28 Soccer. Hey guys, busy at work, but have you heard of the Detectives? It's a real movie coming out soon. No BS. Saw the poster at AMC 16. Maybe actually write Donkeys in Space. Happy Thursday. That's Steph. Next time I'm in town, well, it'll probably have to be in at least 12 or 15 months from now. You and I should write Donkeys in Space together.
For sure.
Yeah. Eric, Steph, congrats on the bun in the oven. There are 2 things I want to see in Masters of the Universe. Dolph Lundgren cameo. I think that's going to happen. And Skeletor remember meme post credit. I don't know if you're going to get that, and I don't know if you should, but I think the Dolph Lundgren thing is going to happen. Yeah. Alex, I literally never heard of Sentimental Value. Really? So when you said Elle Fanning for Best Supporting Actress, I was like, for Predator, Badlands, really? Oh, you should see Sentimental Value. It's a good movie. Did you see that one, Steph?
It's good. Yeah, I saw it. It's definitely a good movie. I am surprised how much it's getting great support, which is cool to see. I like the director and the cast is amazing.
It's really good. It's a good family.
It's a good story.
Emotionally very good story. Nathan Kubo and the 57 Strings JTE Schmodown. He probably said that. I wouldn't be surprised. JT was the king of mispronunciation, and he, to this day, the best moment ever, Steph. Like where it was the first Schmodown, literally the first Schmodown match ever. Started with him and Christian Rubalcaba. Where it was, did I ever tell you the story how that all began?
I don't think so.
So he was the engineer. Rubalcaba at the time was an intern, and they would argue all the time about things. And we played it up as a bit. And we said, all right, you know what? Why don't you guys battle? You know so much about movies, and JT knows. You battle in a trivia battle. You guys battle in a trivia battle next week, and the winner has to do. It was something ridiculous. I can't remember what it was. Whatever the winner was. So they had this battle, and it was one of our highest rated segments that we did. But at the very end, JTE was winning significantly. But at the very end, they asked what kind of dinosaur was in Jurassic Park was sick when they went to help him out, and he said Triceratops tops, and we just lost it. To this day, I have to find if somebody can clip that out and send it to me. Triceratops tops was the best, and that birthed the Schmodown. That match.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. Brian O'Neill prediction: Maul season 1 ends with Vader sending Starkiller to hunt Maul when the Inquisitors fail, like how Vader was sent after the Rebels crew of season 1. I hope you're right. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool way to do it, and then a good way to bring in, maybe some canon. Now, that's the one thing, though, that is possible. We haven't talked about this. The one thing that could happen more is characters from the animated stuff could wind up popping up in live action way more now with Filoni and the helm, because he would like to connect his world, the thing that he created, into more of the actual Star Wars stuff, and I could see that happening.
Yeah. That's true.
Go Pal. Best foreign film is often a mess, particularly with controversial movies or repressive governments, because the country's board picks what to submit. It's also true. Yeah, it's all politics, which has nothing to do about the quality of it. Bubble Baggins, 66. It feels like they're having Rey rebuild the Jedi after Luke failed and giving Ahsoka the heir to the Empire storyline too. It's like they're taking all of Luke's stories and handing them to others. I think it's a fair assessment. It's unfortunate, but I think it's fair. But it is one of those things, though, too. Like, I would like to know, was the mandate not to use Luke anymore, was that a Kathleen Kennedy thing? Or was that a Filoni agreement thing or Filoni thing? We'll find out soon with the new leadership. But, Steph, do you think that, again, not necessarily leading with Luke, but because at the certain time periods they're having things, shouldn't Luke be around?
Yeah, a little bit. I would think so. Yeah, because he's
he's the top guy. He's the top Jedi.
Yeah.
He's like the most powerful Jedi in that era I don't care what Ahsoka's doing. Luke is the most powerful Jedi that is around at that point during that time period. And if Thrawn's coming back to cause some shit, how do you not call Luke? She agrees. She's frozen. She's frozen in time with the moments that I put on. Perfect. All right. Facility guy. I have the power line wasn't dynamic enough. It didn't have as much power inside of it, but it's still. I know what you're saying. Like they could have deepened his voice a little bit more, but maybe they do it in the movie. Let's see. Facility guy says, surprisingly enough, I'm on board with Maul. It looks dark. It's like a dark.
It looks
show.
good.
Yeah. Mike Joyce. Hopefully Rose Byrne wins Best Actress. There is no world that she will win Best Actress, and you're saying that just to troll me. He's doing that just to be a troll on that one. On that one, Mike.
It's definitely Jessie Buckley, but I was so happy for Rose Byrne that she won at the Globes.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Look, I thought her performance was extraordinary in that movie. I didn't like the movie, but I thought she was extraordinary in it.
I agree.
Yeah. If she beats Jessie Buckley, that will be the biggest crime in Academy Award history. There's no one that should beat her. No one.
No, and honestly, it's like when we're talking about those movies, I wouldn't even be upset. I mean, at all if Hamnet won. I think it's a stretch, but like,
yeah, I don't see that. Well, shit, Paul Mescal's another one we didn't talk about getting snubbed.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
crazy. Gopal, have you heard of Sophie Turner's new show Steel? I never heard it was even coming out, and it was a banner on the Prime app when I turned it on yesterday. I saw a poster about it, but I haven't seen anything else too. So Gopal followed up. He said he watched the first 2 episodes and it was good. Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't know
either.
Bubble Bag in 66. The Red Twilight was Darth Talon in old canon, a Sith apprentice long after Luke, 100 years. Now she's a totally different character. She's part of the Rule of One. Yeah, I don't look. Filoni has been famous in doing that. I mean, look at Thrawn. Originally in the novels, it was right after, it was right after Return of the Jedi, to which he showed up, and then so they brought it into Rebels first, and he was in Rebels first, and then they moved him to come in after Return of the Jedi with Ahsoka. But he's moved some stuff around before, so maybe he takes. And that's what someone said. I thought you said he doesn't like the Legend stuff. I thought you said he doesn't like canon stuff. He doesn't like adapting those particular stories. He'll take certain characters and certain things and put them in there. Sure. Jalen Turner, is there truth behind the Arya Stark Game of Thrones sequel series? I mean, I heard it. I heard that they said they were working, because I know that the Jon Snow one kind of fell apart because they couldn't find a story that they liked. But now the rumor is that they're doing Arya. I don't know how true it is, but I'd be interested in seeing that. I want to see a post Game of Thrones series. I like that they're going back in time, but I want to see a post one too.
Yeah, I agree. I Arya is like the best character to me, but I would like to see the future too.
Did you watch the first episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Not yet. I didn't even know.
Shit.
I thought it was dropping this weekend.
No, it dropped on Sunday.
So I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, you
probably
got it
tonight.
You got it. Steph, you are 10 away from beating Roka and being in the lead. You're at 63.
Okay.
So let's see. RQMD SMD. Support for Steph and Indy getting a new bed.
Did you shit in there?
All right, let's see. Is there anybody that gives more sound bites than Mike?
No.
Brody Bruce. 007. Why do creators feel the need to have any He-Man time on Earth? They did this in the other live action adaptation also. I don't follow the thinking on this. I think it's to relate to it and to show, to make people realize that and as we said, Marlena, his mom is from Earth, and they incorporate it that way. And that's what I would have said to Ellis if we had him on longer. I said, I also understanding the reasoning behind it to protect him, to put him on Earth, but it doesn't mean you have to put him in an office and he's talking to HR and you don't have to do that.
Right.
You could he's on Earth. He's doing stuff on Earth and he's trying to blend in. But it's the lighter tone. And look, it's working so far because both Steph and Mark were not skeptical of that element of it. It didn't turn them away from it. It only turned me away from it because I'm more invested in it and I understand it more, the overall tone. So we'll see. Mike Lastra 7104. You need to react to Begonia with Steph Ming. Well, I've seen that one before too. I've
seen that one.
Yeah, I don't think that would really play as overall. Not because it's not reaction worthy. It is. There's tons of stuff that happened. It's crazy. I'm so hesitant now what I do because I never know what the hell's going to hit and what's not going to hit. I just don't know anymore.
That's actually another, to me, I knew there wasn't much conversation over this, but Jesse Plemons in Begonia was insane.
He was good.
I really think that's like another person that should have been nominated. He was amazing.
He was really good. Okay, let's see. Another member, Julius Wyatt. Can't believe I'm about to say this, but Frankenstein's my least favorite Best Picture nominee, but I gave that film a 7 out of 10. The lineup's good. Okay, that's fair. I really liked Frankenstein a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Gopal, support for Mark's old school Caps tank. Fair. Armada, hope the Masters of the Universe movie doesn't suck like some farting in a milk carton. Yeah, same. I agree with that. Armada, props for Ellis. Sean, happy to see Ellis. Cool dude, Kyle. Have you guys seen Marcelo's new stand-up on Netflix? Haven't laughed out hard in a while. It's hilarious, and I highly recommend it. I didn't see it. Is it good stuff?
It's so good.
Okay, good. I like him.
He's like doing his press tour at the perfect time because everyone's like, Bowen Yang left SNL. Like, what's gonna happen? And then he's like, I'm the new star. Hello.
I have a good eye with that stuff when it comes to Saturday Night Live because it's just a matter of if you really look. Anybody can have a really good eye at this stuff because the trick is to see who's really locked in to committing to the characters that they're playing. And when I saw him, I think it was like 3 seasons, wherever he debuted, I said to my wife, that's going to be the next guy. And she said, why do you say that? I said, he just commits. I mean, he was in one scene and he's the one you're talking about because he's just committing to the role. And he's locked in and he's having fun. And I remember saying that about the other one that a long time ago, Amy Poehler, and a long time oh my God, Kate McKinnon.
McKinnon, yeah.
There's the other one that there's been quite a few that I've said it's a matter of how they lock in.
Yeah.
And he's that guy. So I think he is the next, and they know it now and they're going to start using him a lot more. Some of these people they try, and the vice versa on that is there's some people, and I won't call them out by name, but you're like they're not going to last. There was somebody who left last year, and I said to my wife after season 1, I go, he's not going to be here anymore. He's gone after season 1 because there's nothing to what they're doing. It's the same thing in every scene. And there's a few people like that in the cast now that won't be here next season. Okay. Shay, it's dope to see Ellis in a Bugatti in 2026, right? Yeah. Yep. Man, this Ellis segment feels like 2016. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him on more for sure. Mike Joyce, would Invincible reactions do well? I don't know. I really don't know because there's some there was the Digital Circus show, which I really enjoyed. There are some people who did reactions to that and it just blew up on their channels. I did it and it ate a pile of shit. And so animation doesn't really do great on my channel. Some do. Zootopia, and Sam and I did Zootopia 2. That will come out next Tuesday. But I don't know. I don't know how they would do. I have no idea. Trey Porter, I was geeked to see Delroy Lindo get a nomination for Sinners. I'm thinking that it's a makeup for his snub for Defy Bloods, but still excited to see. Maybe so, and he deserves it, though. He's phenomenal. Legend MM600, what up, Steph? He-Man looks dope. Go Seahawks. A lot of people are excited about this He-Man movie, huh? Right, Steph? Yep. Totally. Eric Slavey. Right. I wonder if more EU stories will be adapted by Star Wars more because it seems like Filoni likes pulling in aspects more than Kennedy, since she said multiple times Star Wars has no source material, which was wild. It made no sense that she said that. That was such a slap in the face to all the authors and video game writers and comic book writers and all that. It was so out of touch. But he likes to pull elements. There's no doubt about it. Now, would he ever adapt stuff? I'm going to say no. Arago 4512. Excited for Masters, but a part of me wishes they did a darker version like Nolan's Dark Knight, but I get the reason for making it more kid-friendly. Yeah, I don't think they ever go that dark with it, but like I said, I always thought it could be more so in the serious tone of like Star Wars meets Lord of the Rings. But this tone seems to be working for people. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one. And we get Mr. and D Fanatic. Sign up for the 4 co-host tier. Excited for the 28th. Yeah, that's so the 28th is we're doing a live stream on our channel. We and I'm glad that you did, Mr. Nerf Fanatic. People, if you join at the $5 tier and up, you can ask a video, you can join the stream and ask a $5 question. $5 question. You can ask for $5. You can ask a video question and be part of it. So,
Cool.
this is true too. We didn't talk about this. Armada, Adam Sandler was snubbed. George Clooney doesn't surprise you. Was Jay Kelly not nominated, or was it?
Jay Kelly wasn't nominated.
Not for Best Picture.
I don't think so.
Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised. Not that I think necessarily it should be, but interesting. Eric Slave is a huge fan of the 2002 He-Man series. I really hope that this movie, when on Eternia, has that vibe. They have to get off Earth ASAP. It's going to be about 15, 20 minutes, so buckle up. If I'm going to guess. Dig a bone. We need to see what's more of North of the Wall. Yeah, I want to see what they do. I do. I'd like to see what they do with Arya. Eclipse, is it possible at all to upload unedited anime reactions to Patreon and watch long form? Just curious. You mean the Demon Slayer ones? I thought we did that. I thought we have all the Demon Slayer edited up there. Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, for Patreon.
Or maybe he's asking. Oh, maybe that's what he's asking. Maybe he's at Eclipse. Just if you can clarify, do you mean like that if we did them instead of making them public and don't edit them, so we're only paying for Winston? Is that what you're asking? I don't know if anybody would sign up for that though. I know you're already. I think you're already a member though, right? I don't know. I don't know, Eclipse. I'm not sure the answer to that. Chris Costin, I'm excited for Maul, but it makes me sad because it reminds me it will all lead to Rebels, which I think is which I think is terrible animation quality and characters, with the exception of Kanan and Hera. Well, I love Rebels. I do love Rebels.
I love Rebels.
I love Rebels too. So I don't agree with that particular take. What I do agree with is that I know where it goes, and I know that he's never really going to be at risk until we get to Rebels. Eric, why do you think that Lucasfilm stopped developing that animated Indiana Jones show? Feels like that would be fantastic and much easier to do than a film. If I was going to guess, and I don't know the answer to this at all, I would tell you that the reason was they probably canceled it after the movie ate it, and they got scared in the same way that they got scared they canceled the Obi-Wan movie because nobody saw the Solo movie. Send this to Kevin Smets, because I was listening to Kevin Smets and Frank Janish on Roka's show yesterday, and they were talking about like the hits and misses of Kathleen Kennedy, and Kevin was going over it. So he's like, the one thing you gotta go over the misses, and one of the misses I'm gonna give for her is that Star Wars was starting to become a Christmas staple, and she put that thing out in May, Solo, and it hurt. That's the one thing that I am not gonna chastise her about, because that was not her decision. That was all Bob Iger. She was an advocate to make sure it did come out in December. And Iger was dead set on putting that out in May. And it was a major error, because it was right around Infinity. It was a month after Infinity War. It was 6 months or 5 months after Last Jedi, and that was that. There's a lot that she did that was not great, but you can't blame her for that. Chris Costin, generally curious, what about Rebels do you like? I've never got the hype aside from when Ahsoka faced Vader and Maul versus Obi-Wan. I think it lessens the 4 to 6 having most of the characters live post 6. Love you guys. It's a great question. I like the dynamic of the team. I like the new characters. I liked what they set up. I like the emotional moments. I did like the way they tied it into other things. I like some of the philosophy and the way that they really dealt with the Force. So there was a lot there that I really dug, and I like the overall crew.
Yeah, I completely agree. I love it started slow for me, but then I was just really into how they made you care about all these characters I didn't know about at all. I loved what they did with the Force, and I thought it was just the character development was awesome.
All right, Steph, you are tied with Roka right now at 72. So
okay.
All you need, and Luke confirmed that to me, that Roka had 72. I'm pretty sure it was 72. So you just need one more. But if people really want to, people throw in 10 more right now, she'll be in a good spot to try to take out Capes and Cows tomorrow. RQMDSMD, support for Steph. Great show today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then Sean, just a thought. If movies and TV are your 9 to 5, what does your free time look like? What is free time? And it's not 9 to 5. I'm here a lot longer than that. The stuff that I'm doing. It's like the weekends I have was my free time. Free time's my weekends, and I spend it with my family.
Yeah.
Steph, how about you?
Yeah, family and some like working out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's my free time in the mornings. I go, like today, I went to gym. We're gonna have a major storm here on so it's like I looked at your weather. I think you're gonna be like 75 degrees. We're gonna be
I know.
we're gonna be at 13 degrees, and
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
and they're anywhere between potentially 6 inches to a foot and a half of snow. So that'll be fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And reading. You read too, right?
I do. I mean, I not as much as I used to, and I mean as much as I want to. It's just a matter of timing. Yeah. Roka's at 77, not 72.
Oh.
So, and you're at 74 right now. So
Okay, we need 3 more.
So you need 3 more. So, see,
or like
thank God,
like
Luke.
5 more.
Okay, so 77 is what. So right now we're at 74. RQ MDSMD tiebreaker. I know I was wrong. It's 77 right now. She's at 74. Tiebreaker
Thank
support
you,
for
though.
Steph. Gopal support. All right, Steph. While people have a chance to see, you're at 74. You got 3 to tie Roka. While we do that, why don't you tell people what's going on? What's going on the channel? Let us know.
youtube.com/StephSabra. I'm posting a video once a week and then going live on Sundays at 5 p.m. PT. So come hang out. I'm doing like, a lot more like in-depth vlog stuff because I'm not in hiding anymore. So it's exciting.
I love your videos. The videos was great.
Thank you.
Roxy's reaction was incredible. So good. Okay, you're now in the lead.
Okay.
So let's see. Let's do the rest of them. You're at 80 currently. You're at 80. And knowing you could probably be at 100 by the time we sign off. So let's see. More support from Gopal.
Thank you.
Also started a Banshee rewatch. People like that Banshee show.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So did I inspire this? I'm on midway through season 2 now.
Okay.
It's a great show. I've never seen a character get more poon thrown at him than
and turn it away.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I should watch it. All right.
No. It's basically like OG HBO where it's like soft porn. like there
Banshee
is.
Okay, I'm in.
Yes.
I'm in.
There's at least every episode has one sex scene.
I'm in. Eclipse. Yes, Patreon exclusive. Since you said you needed to do well enough to pay editors, doing it this way could bypass that at least. But never mind if you don't think people will subscribe. No, dude, that's an excellent suggestion. That maybe we do those unedited reactions and see if the audience tunes in for it to see if it's an excellent idea. I mean, let me talk to Luke and PLD about it. And see, we can tell people that are interested in it, then they could see it. It's a great idea. Maybe give it a shot and see if we do. I don't know if we're on season 3, season 4. The way that they pace that out is so stupid. But yeah, it's a great idea. Thank you for suggesting it. Sean McCabe for Steph, Mr. Nerd Fanatic support. Shay, aside from the joy of chasing your dream, I imagine it must feel great to put some extra cash in your best friend's pockets while having fun. Yeah, I mean, that's of course the idea. I mean, that's one of the reasons too. That, like, look, Steph obviously has a lot going on in her life right now, but she knows that if she was available too, I'd be doing 2 or 3 movies a week with Steph. We have a good schedule, the two of us. We have this show and then a movie. So and then and Sam, I'm seeing Sam 3 times a week now, which is great. Gopal, definitely worth checking it out on HBO Max. I might have to do that. Kingsport Cal, what's up, Cal? Coming back in.
Hi.
RQ MDSMD support for Steph and Harry. That's very kind.
Thank you.
Oh my God, can't do that. Julius Wyatt ranked the best pitch nominees. That's a longer one, man. 1 to 10. I would just say I would just put the top 3. I'll give you. I'll say that for me, it's One Battle, Sinners, and then probably Hamnet, and then F1. How about that? How about you?
I would say Sinners, honestly, Hamnet, then One Battle.
That's fair. Go Pal, have you seen Luther the Geek? No, I haven't. No. Shay Markel, support for Steph. You should win the week every week for the next 6 months. It's true. Well, she's at 90 right now. She's at 90. Facility Guy, Rebels is the only animated Star Wars I like. There's some good stuff. There's some good episodes in well, first of all, if you haven't seen Visions, you should see Visions, but there's some good stuff in Clone Wars too. Go Pal, Hood ain't turning away anything on Banshee. I don't know that one. Hood?
No, like he's taking every request.
Everything. Okay.
Every request.
Okay. Shay, Banshee's a fun show. It's actually the first place I remember seeing Tom Pelphrey act. Oh yeah, Tom Pelphrey is in that too, right? Did you see Task?
I started it. I haven't finished it yet.
That's Tom Pelphrey. Is
okay? Yeah. He's the main second-ish main character. Yeah.
Yep. Edit the movies. Fleedle deedle seedle deedle 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 doo. Go Pal. Banshee was a Skinamax show, one of the few on Max.
That's right. It shows that logo. Mm-hmm.
Did you see 28 Years Later?
Not yet. I think this weekend.
Steph, the guy who plays Samson in 28 Years Later looks like Harry.
Is that the big zombie dick guy?
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
It's so funny. Let's see. Go Pal. Got Luther the Geek 4K on 3 sale. I only know the one scene with Stacey Haddock from 90s Internet. I was a fan of her on Sequest. Oh, yeah. I don't even know what that is. Never heard of it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Ed the Movies. Enjoy Bloody Marys. I feel like they try too hard. Are you talking about like the actual drink?
Like the drink.
Do you know that at the airport, it's like my go-to thing?
Oh my gosh. Is that because of the vibe or do you like the taste?
Both.
Okay. Every time I have one, I want to like the taste. There's a scene in The Parent Trap where the mom gets Bloody Mary, and I'm just like, nothing seems more relieving than that.
Yeah.
And every time I have one, I'm like, okay.
I love Bloody Marys. I have them at the airport all the time. When I go to the Delta Lounge, and at the Delta Lounge, free drinks. So I'm just like, it's all about.
That's nice. Yeah.
Mr. Sin 69, support and congrats to Mum to Be Steph. I may be looking through rose tinted glasses, but do either of you know a great 80s TV series, Wise Guy? Yeah, I remember that show. I didn't watch it, but I remember it totally.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I wasn't born yet.
No, you were not. Go Pal. Are we at 100 yet? No, we are 5 away. I was about to sign off because we're 12 minutes over, but but if people throw in 5 real quick, but I'll tell you what, I'll wrap up, and if people throw in 5, we'll get Steph to 100. So let me do a slow wrap up here.
I saw 28 Years Later. I just haven't seen Bone Temple.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, so you know who the big
yeah. I just didn't know if you meant Bone Temple.
Yeah, zombie balls,
zombie dick guy. Definitely know him.
Okay. All right. So as you guys decide if you want to get it to 100 or not, I'm going to tell you this. So there's a lot of stuff happening on the channel. A lot of reactions that we're going to be doing soon with the entire crew. As I mentioned, Steph will be doing some stuff. We got stuff with Winston. We've got stuff with Sam, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones next week will be a little different. Probably going to come out Monday and Friday instead of Tuesday and Friday, because I'm going to be putting Zootopia 2 up on Tuesday. There's not a lot of reviews coming out right now. There's not a lot of screenings of movies that are coming out at the moment, so hold tight for those. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon. Make sure you subscribe to the Clips channel. We're almost at 16,000. We're almost at 16,000 on the Clips channel, so make sure you go and subscribe there. I just submitted something big for the pilot yesterday, so I should have some news there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. So, all right, we do have a couple left here, Steph, that they came in, and let's see. So Gopal was the last one. Gopal says, I think the only Bloody Mary I ever had was in Vegas watching a 10 a.m. football team game. It's kind of my go-to thing. I do it quite often. Shay has some support. More support for Steph, RQ. And then Gopal throwing in was nice, but not something if go for at night. Yeah, it's not a night thing to me. It's more like usually the daytime.
Yep.
Shay, I really want to see a new Jon Snow show. I do too. But Steph, they did it. They got you to 100.
Thanks, guys.
Got to 100. So now Capes and Cowls has to see, can they battle? Will they have a story that can do it? Steph is going up against Winston and Chris once again. Could Steph win it 2 weeks in a row? 2 more questions coming popping up here before they even let us leave. Dig a bone. Support for Steph. -40 here in Iowa. What? That can't be true.
Stay strong out there.
What is the weather for Iowa this weekend? That's not true. No way. Holy shit. No, not -40. I see 1. That's not good. Wow. -40.
Antarctica.
Holy moly. All right. Go, pal. Luther is apparently a trauma film. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. And then Go, pal. -40 is interesting. Same. Oh my God. No, thank you. I'm complaining about 18. Okay. Thank you guys. 103. Steph Sabra in the lead here. So thank you to Steph. Make sure you go and check out Steph's YouTube channel. Please subscribe to her channel. Thank you guys for being so supportive. Thank you for being just an absolutely wonderful community. There's a Discord. You should join it. You should go check it out. And that's about it. So thank you for being here.
Did you shit in there?
Maybe.